Well,
How are you?
all right.
You look well.
Well, I'm not all that well, really.
Oh, why? What's the matter?
Hangover. Cheers. How are you?
I'm fine. It's just like old times.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. I thought of you the other day.
Good God, woman. Why?
Well, it's nice sometimes to think back, isn't it?
Absolutely. How's everything?
Fine, yeah, not too bad. Do you know how long it is since we met?
Well, I came to that private view.
No,
When was...
I don't mean that.
Oh, you mean loan?
Yes.
2
years.
Yes. I thought it must be.
Long time.
Yes, it is. How's it going? The gallery?
How do you think it's going?
Well, very well, I would say.
I'm glad you think so. Well, it is actually. I enjoy it.
Funny lot painters, aren't they?
They're not at all funny.
Are they? What a pity. How's Robert?
When did you last see him?
I haven't seen him for months. I don't know why. Why?
Why what?
Why did you ask when I last saw him?
I just wondered. How's Sam?
You mean Judith?
Do I?
Do you remember the form? I ask about your husband, you ask about my wife.
Of course. How's your wife?
All right.
Sam must be tall.
He is tall, quite tall. Does a lot of running. He's a long distance runner. He wants to be a zoologist.
No, really? Good. And Sarah?
She's 10.
God. I suppose she must be.
Yes, she must be. Ned's 5, isn't he?
You remember?
Well, I would remember that.
Yeah. But you're all right though.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Ever think of me?
I don't need to think of you.
No.
I don't need to think of you. Anyway, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm fine, really. Yeah, I'm all right.
You're looking very pretty.
Really? Thank you. I'm so glad to see you.
So am I. I mean to see you.
You think of me sometimes.
I think of you sometimes. I saw Charlotte the other day.
No, where? She didn't mention it.
Well, she didn't see me in the street.
But you haven't seen her for years.
I recognised her.
How could you? How could you know?
I did.
Well, what did she look like?
You.
No, I mean, what did you think of her, really?
I thought she was lovely.
Yeah, she's smashing. She's 13. Do you remember? God, it was you picked her up and you threw her up and caught her.
She was very liked.
She remembers that, you know.
Really?
Yeah, being thrown up.
What a memory. She doesn't know about us, does she?
No, she just remembers you like an old friend.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, everyone was there that day, standing around. Your husband, my wife, all the kids. Yeah, I remember.
What day?
When I threw her up, it was in your kitchen.
It was in your kitchen.
Darling.
Don't say that. It all
Seems such a long time ago.
Does it?
Same again?
I thought of you the other day. I was driving through Kilburn. Suddenly I saw where I was and I just stopped. And I turned down Kinsale Drive and drove into Essex Grove, and I parked the car about 50 yards on, you know, past the house, down the road, like we used to do. Do you remember?
Yes.
Some people were coming out of the house and they went up the road.
What sort of people?
Young people. And then I got out of the car and I went up the steps and I looked at the bells. You know the bells with the names on? I looked for our name.
Green. Couldn't see it, eh? That's because we're not there anymore. We haven't been there for years.
No, we haven't.
I hear you're seeing a bit of Casey.
What?
Casey. Just heard you were seeing a bit of him.
Where did you hear that from?
Oh, people talking.
Oh, Christ.
The funny thing is, the only thing I really felt was irritation. I mean, irritation that nobody gossiped about us like that in the old days. I nearly said, now, look, she may be having the occasional drink with Casey, who cares? But she and I had an affair for 7 years and none of you bastards had the faintest idea it was happening.
I wonder if everyone knew all the time.
Don't be silly. We were brilliant. Nobody knew. Who went to Coleman in those days? Just you and me. Anyway, what's all this about you and Casey?
What do you mean?
What's going on?
We have the occasional drink.
Thought you didn't admire his work.
Well, I've changed. Or his work's changed. Are you jealous?
Of what? I couldn't be jealous of Casey. I'm his agent. I advised him about his divorce. I read all his first drafts. I persuaded your husband to publish his first novel. I escorted him to Oxford to speak at the Union. He's my boy. I discovered him when he was a poet, and that's a bloody long time ago now. He's even taken me down to Southampton to meet his mum and dad. I couldn't be jealous of Casey. Anyway, it's not as if we're having an affair now, is it? We haven't seen each other for years. So really, I'm happy if you're happy. What about Robert?
Well, I think they're going to separate.
Oh,
We had a long talk last night.
last night?
You know what I found out last night? He's betrayed me for years. He's had other women for years.
No. Oh, good Lord. But we betrayed him for years.
And he betrayed me for years.
Well, I never knew that.
Nor did I.
Does Casey know about this?
Oh, no, I phoned you. I don't know why.
What a funny thing. We were such close friends, Robert and me, even though I haven't seen him for a few months. But through all those years, all the drinks, all the lunches we had together, I never even gleaned. I never suspected there was anyone else in his life but you. Never. For example, when you're out with a mate in a pub, from time to time he pops out for a piss. You see who doesn't. But what I mean is, if he's making any crafty telephone calls, you can sort of sense it. I never had that with Robert. He never made any crafty phone calls in any pub I was ever with him in. The funny thing is, it was me who was making the calls to you when I left him boozing at the bar. That's the funny thing. So when did he tell you all of this?
Last night, I think we were up all night.
You talked all night?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I didn't come into it, did I?
What?
I
just phoned you because because we're old friends and I've been up all night and everything's finished and I suddenly felt like I wanted to see you.
Look, I'm happy to see you. I am. I'm sorry about...
Do you remember? I mean, you do remember.
I remember.
You couldn't afford Wessex Grove when we took it, could you?
Oh, love finds a way.
I bought the curtains.
You found a way.
Listen, I didn't want to see you for nostalgia. I mean, what's the point? I just wanted to see how you were, truly. How are you?
Oh, what does it matter? You didn't tell Robert about me last night, did you?
I had to. He told me everything. I told him everything. I mean, we were talking all night.
You told him everything?
I had to.
You told him everything about us?
I had to.
But he's my oldest friend. I mean, I picked his own daughter up and threw her up in my own arms and caught her in my kitchen. You watch me do it.
It doesn't matter. It's all gone.
Is it? What has?
It's all over.